Good morning, good morning, good morning. Danny Cobbin here. It's Motivational Monday. If you're seeing this, drop a line, comment below. Before we even get started, let me know how your weekend was. Let me know what you have planned, what you got going for the week, and we will check in on Friday with some of those things. Whatever you guys comment. So you got a comment for us to talk about it. Man, I really like as right before I was coming to sit down to talk to you guys, I was actually wanting to let you guys know more about who your coach is. Not about all the classes that I've been to, not about all the courses that I've taken, not about that. Like when I was in fourth grade, I wasn't held back, but I was put in a class because I wasn't with it. I wasn't as caught up with everybody else in the class. So it went from a inner city school to a suburban school. We were a year behind at that school. They put me in this other. I really didn't think much of it. Ninth grade comes around. I end up trying to be put into like an advanced placement type of class, but because of that restriction, wasn't allowed to. Um, man, when I was 17, the last year, 6 weeks of high school, I ended up getting kicked out of school, having to go to this alternative school for something that like I had did previously that I could have lied about and I didn't. Right, like I was honest about it, and that sent me on this negative spiral. To be honest with you, and then at 18, my dad ends up dying, and the way I end up trying to cope with that is having sex. Right, like okay, my dad died. I want to feel good. Let me have sex. Well, I get to a point in my 20s where like I just lose track of everything. And I think all the answers are going to be found through having more sex with more people. Like, this is just who I am, right? Like, this is where I come from. Like, yeah, I know you guys already know about all the coaching stuff, but like in my 20s, like I cheated on girls. I was a liar. I like literally would lie to people and myself. Um, that's what I was doing. Like, it just is. Um, got that job at 30, or not got the job at 30, but kind of at 30 like recognized that I wasn't going to find any answers by lying and cheating, and then I set myself on a spiral because like I did not know how to stop lying and stop cheating. I didn't know how to do it. But over the course of some years, like I found out that it was all like up here. I was creating this whole reality where I needed to lie, I needed to cheat, I needed to be dishonest, I needed to do all of these things. I was creating that reality myself. And it wasn't horrible. I was playing video game. Like it was like I was enjoying myself, but at the same time I was hurting and being destructive to almost any and everything that was around me. And I blamed it on my dad's death at 18. So 10 years removed from my dad dying, I recognized I could not blame my dad anymore, right? Like I'm 28 years old. Like how much longer are you going to blame your dad dying on the fact that you're lying and cheating to people? Like it just crossed my mind one day and I sat down with the people that I loved and I started being as honest as I possibly could. And when I was as honest as I possibly could, it wasn't like a beautiful thing. It wasn't like they were like, "Oh my God, I'm so thankful that you're honest with me about this. Wow, like let's just move forward." It was a lot of crying. It was a lot of pain. It was a lot of long nights just like wondering what the heck was gonna be happening. But what I knew was I couldn't keep lying to myself and others. Like, that's just what I kind of sort of knew, right? Like yeah, I know. Like 36 now, it's like, oh, well, Danny, of course, like, you got the beautiful house, you got the beautiful family, you're a stay-at-home dad. You got all these cool things going for you right now, right? But like, no, we ain't talking about my 20s, right? We're not talking about all the crazy stuff that I went through, like, in order to get to this place. Like, I literally walked on people, not knowing at the time, right? Like, I'm looking back over the course of my life and realizing, like, wow, like I thought that all of that was true. And that's what happens is we create this reality. And we think it's the reality that we're interacting with, but really is us. And it wasn't until here recently, right? Like a year ago, did I realize, like, oh God, like all of the things that happened in my past are not negative. They are not positive. They are just what has happened. So me worrying, being frustrated, wondering if I could ever make it up to the people that I've hurt, like that doesn't change what happened. It doesn't help me to get better. It doesn't help me to help those people that I hurt. But what does change the game is me seeing who I am, me being honest with myself. That's what happened at 28, right? Like there was this voice inside of me at 26, at 24 that knew I was going the wrong direction. But that seemed like the voice to hush, the voice to quiet. And it wasn't. Like again, 36 now. So we're talking 10 years removed the other way. Am I seeing that the last 20 years or so years of my life, I had been creating the experience. Like I'm still creating the experience, right? And now it's not a positive experience versus a negative experience. There's no telling where I'm going to be in 10 years. But what I want you guys to know is like it doesn't matter where you come from, right? It doesn't matter what you did in your life. It does not matter any of that stuff. What matters is how you see where you are right now, how you envision where you are right now. Because when you look at where you are right now, right, for what it is, you could do something to change it. It was not until I sat down and said, I can't keep lying to the people that I love that I stopped lying to the people that I love. It did not happen that day. It wasn't the day that I said, "Oh, yep, I'm gonna stop lying to these people." Was the day that like everything was beautiful, peachy, and just rosy. Facts. But that's who I am, right? Like that's how come I love coaching. That's how come I love helping other people see that it's not out there that it's hurting us. It's in here. It's what we are making up of the world, what we are making up of the situation that we're making up because of all of the past instances, all of the past hurts, all of the past wrongs. We are creating the picture that we want to sit in or not sit in right now. We're creating that and we can change it. Like, just like that, right? Like, it took longer, right, for me to stop lying to people. It took longer. But the day that I decided to do is the day that it all changed. Things started looking different. Like it just did not look real to me to lie to the person that I love in order to like make myself happy. In fact, I was making myself less happy lying to them and it hurt, right? Like it just hurt. Hey, Motivational Monday. I don't know if that was motivational for you. So drop a line, let me know if it was because like that's what we doing here. Right? Like we're a community. We're gonna keep growing stronger together. I'm gonna keep being myself. Right? Like, like I got a best. Like everything ain't peachy king, right? Like my uncle died a few months ago. Like everything ain't perfect. I'm just telling you that because I know a lot of times people think, oh, Danny, you jump on here, you got the perfect life, you got that nice sweater, you got the green wall behind you. But like really, no, like just as human as everybody else. I make mistakes. I F up. I do the same things as every other person. Right. But what I know is that we can still enjoy the experience of life. We can still contribute to ourselves and others. All we have to do is know where it comes from. Have a good Monday. Thank y'all so much for dropping in. Thank you for taking the time to spend a few minutes with me this morning because I enjoy it. I love it. And the more I get to know about myself, the more like it's all coming together. Hey, let's keep doing this. Keep going strong together. Peace.